Hey everyone, I'm Big John and welcome to another episode of the Diz Ability Show. This week coming to you from my condo at Sunday River. Now this week I want to talk to you about restaurant tips. Now as we always say here on the channel, it is always, when you're at the parks, you don't have to eat junk food. You can actually have a very good dining experience. You can also, as we have said here, you can always ask to talk to the chef if you have any questions or special dietary needs. And they will ask you everything you want to know, and they will make sure it will make your Disney dining experience a little more magical. We are speaking from experience because I'm not a fan of eating very soft things, and I'm sure a lot of people aren't either. So we always make sure that we talk to the chef and make sure that I get what I need, and you can ask to talk to the chef, and they will personally make sure that you have a great dining experience, adding a little more magic to your dining. So anyway, that's my tip. If you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the comments and I'll make sure it gets to a future episode. And now it's time for this week's Top 5. Now, the Disney attractions are pure classics. Some of them are. However, some of these classics are gone and some to the coming generation forgotten. So I feel like it's important that we preserve the memory of these gone but not forgotten classics. So this week we are going to cover my top 5 lost attraction, 5 former attractions. Number 5, Mickey's Toontown Fair. Now, this was a land at the Magic Kingdom, which started as Mickey's Birthday Land when it opened in 1988 to commemorate the 60th birthday of Mickey. Then a couple years later, it turned into Mickey's Starland, which featured a special live stage show featuring characters from the Disney Afternoon. And then it turned into Mickey's Toontown Fair. And it stayed that way until the dreaded day of 2011 when it was torn down to become a part of New Fantasyland. But hey, Barnstormer's still there. That's something. Number 4, the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie set adventure. Now, this was a special playground that they had in the streets of America at Hollywood Studios before they tore it all down for Galaxy's Edge. And I would spend hours upon hours in this playground. It was so much fun. Number 3, the Great Movie Ride. Now, this ride was pretty good. You rode through the heyday of the great movies. Your vehicle gets hijacked by either a gangster or a cowboy, depending on the experience you had. And it just felt great. I mean, look, I love Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, but I think they could have put it in a better location in the park rather than get rid of such an amazing opening day classic. Number 2, the Backstage Studio Tour. Now, back in the heyday of the park, Hollywood or MGM Studios was also an actual working television studio where movies and TV shows were actually made. Shows like the Mickey Mouse Club or something like that. And they had a backstage studio tour, which featured, or perhaps the greatest highlight, Catastrophe Canyon, which was one of the best ways to cool off on a hot Florida summer day. And my number one former attraction, I know people are going to think too soon, but I think it's soon enough. Splash Mountain. This was a big top for me because it was a true Magic Kingdom classic. But hey, the one in Disneyland is still going, and so if I'm lucky, next month you'll probably see me riding Splash Mountain, for probably the last time. I don't know if I'm going to Tokyo. Tokyo has no plans to get rid of their Splash Mountain. But so am I sad that Splash Mountain's gone Magic Kingdom? Yes. But am I excited for when Tiana's Bayou Adventure opens next year? Also yes. So, silver lining. So anyway, let me know in the comments what your favorite former attraction is. And now it's time for round 2 of March Madness. We started the second round on Thursday on the Disney Vlog Squad group on Facebook. Now, if you're a member of that, you can vote there, and you can also vote in the comments down below. So here are the matchups. First matchup of round 2, we have Seven Dwarfs Mine Train versus Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Alright, so this is the battle of current thrills. You got a roller coaster / dark ride with swinging buckets against last year's reigning champion, where you try to escape a First Order Star Destroyer in a huge battle between the Resistance and the First Order. I'll be surprised if Mine Train beats Rise. But hey, it's all up to you. Alright, our next matchup is what I like to call the battle of the 3-hour waits for a 2-minute thrill. Peter Pan's Flight versus Slinky Dog Dash. Now, both of their round 1s on matchups were in a tie, so I was the tiebreaker. So you have a classic Magic Kingdom dark ride versus a modern Hollywood Studios fan favorite. So, does classic beat modern, or does modern beat classic? It's all to you guys. Our next matchup, Pirates of the Caribbean versus the Tower of Terror. So, on one side, you're on a boat where you're just watching the action as pirates plague the seas. And on the other side, you're part of the action on a crazy elevator going into the Twilight Zone. In our fourth matchup, the Haunted Mansion versus Toy Story Mania. So, you're either encountering 999 Happy Haunts or trying to collect 999,000 points in Toy Story Mania. Like my dad tries to do. So remember, you can either vote in the comments, or if you're a part of my Disney Vlog Squad group on Facebook, you can vote there as well. And remember, if there's ever a tie, I am the tiebreaker, so don't feel discouraged if your favorite doesn't make it through. So anyway, that's our show. As always, if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, let me know in the comments. I'll make sure it gets to a future episode. For this week's shoutouts, make sure you guys check out the Diz Nerdy Network. They are officially relaunching their channel on April 3rd. So definitely check them out. Also, make sure you guys check out my buddy Beth over at Beth's Disney Adventures. does great live streams from the parks. Definitely check her out. Also, make sure you guys check out Pete McDivitt of the Pete McDivitt Show. He does great Disney and sports stuff. And also make sure you guys check out Nick over at Magical News Live. He does amazing live streams from the parks whenever he can. Definitely check him out for the latest Disney news and gossip. Make sure you guys check out WDW Magazine. If you haven't subscribed here yet to the Big John Network, what in the Walt Disney World are you waiting for? And ding the bell for notifications so you never miss a second of the fun. And until next time, may the mouse be with you.